To you, it's just a worn-out fridge. But to a child, it's a caravan, a ship, a castle, even a bed. And a death trap, airtight and impossible to open from the inside.
Charlie! I found a thing! Does life ever get you down? Ever feel grumpy, irritable? Is time slipping away? Do you ever have days where you just can't win? Do you ever lose your script and have to come up with something on the fly so you don't waste a bunch of footage you already shot? Well, we're here to help. 9 out of 10 doctors would recommend Empire of Atlantis. It's as good as drugs. Yeah, drugs. It'll make you feel great, and you'll get so much pussy and like fucking, oh my god, dude, with this shit, you're gonna fuck. Hello and welcome to the first episode of fucking fester and trudge into the sea of banality that is our lives.
It'll be okay. Welcome to So I Found This Thing, our attempt to scrape the bottom of the lowly barrel of Wikipedia. So in this show, every episode, we plunder the dark depths of the internet in our own brains to bring you something that, for better or worse, worth mentioning. And this week's offering is... Just show them the box.
Empire of Atlantis! It's really bright.
Ooh, you missed that.
So this is the thing. This is the thing we found.
It is.
It's a movie on the
Well, no. It's a game. It's on the PS2. It's very clearly a game.
It is on the PS2. It's worth mentioning that this is on the PS2. Of all fucking things.
No.
This is on... Someone got the rights to a movie, and we're like, you know where this needs to be?
Yeah. Surely, like, a DVD was cheaper.
I think I might know it. I'm just thinking about it now, I might have figured out the reason.
Why?
You don't have to put a runtime on a PS2 game.
I see your point.
Yeah, because this movie is 47 minutes long.
Was it even that? It
might have been 42.
Yeah, it was like 42 minutes long.
And it's horrible.
Yeah, like, unequivocally. Let's just get that.
But you know what, you're right, it is a game, because according to the front cover of the box, it includes cartoon movie, jigsaw puzzle, pears, but not the fruit, colouring book, and puzzle.
That's my favourite.
Which is either 4 or 5 different things.
It was 5, I counted.
Wow!
I haven't read this. Having watched the film, Fisherman's son Rodrigo.
That was not the name.
I'm pretty sure he was called Pedro, but it might be, might be wrong.
What's wrong with Pedro's?
Finds on the beach a very special letter in a bottle. Just horribly phrased, but let's continue. With the help from his grandfather, they quickly discover that it tells him how to find the lost city of Atlantis. People have been searching for Atlantis for centuries without any success, said grandfather excitedly. Rodrigo,
Pedro's,
his dog Uzo, and his grandfather set off to find the lost city.
It's always been my dream to find Atlantis, and now with this plan, I'll never get a chance like this again!
Wait, the dog was called Uzo?
Maybe. But I'm still not sure that the boy wasn't called Pedro.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
That's it. I'm sure now we can just cut to them clearly saying his name's not Pedro.
The pleasure's mine. I'm Petrus.
Petros, 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 Petros,
Petrus.
Petros, 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 what's your name?
Petrus, and you?
Look. The point is, that does happen at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
And it is the most boring start to a movie I've seen in a long time.
Oh god, yeah.
And I watch art movies. You know, I watch like Jim Jarmusch movies. And like, no disrespect to Jim Jarmusch, but he's a very indie, artsy filmmaker.
Yeah.
He does very, very small stories, and finding fucking Atlantis should not be a small story.
It's like, at least with those movies, there's at least something that's meant to like engage you, even if it's just like the mystery or whatever it is. But in this, all you have to go on at the beginning
is there's a beach with a dog on it.
Yeah. And a weird looking crab.
And a...
Like no, not crab, there was like a lizard thing.
Yeah.
It had a really gumpy face.
Really gum. It looked like someone had stuck a worm head onto another thing's body.
Yeah, it was great.
And
he showed up later as well.
I think he just lives on that beach. At least they were consistent with who was where.
You say that. We'll get to this later.
But so there's a beach with a dog and a boy walking badly.
So he's got like 3 frames of animation.
If we start counting frames of animation, I think we'll get to the end of the film before we reach 100.
Quite possibly.
And the dog, and a lot of characters did this, I noticed, just laugh for no reason. And the laugh is exactly 2 frames of animation. And
was it the head bounce?
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
But there's bits where you have like groups of characters doing that, and they're synchronized. It's great.
It's the worst. I can't overstate how bad it is.
Well, this is I think it's going to be too easy to get caught up just on how bad the animation was.
That's it, because there's so much more to unpack with this film, and right from the off, you're hit with horrible sound mixing, terrible voice acting.
The voice right. Okay, no, this is the next.
Horrible lines. Let's just get through the plot first.
Okay.
There's so much with this film.
So I'm just getting caught on bits already.
Yeah, it snags you. You get out the other side looking like you've been dragged through a fuck bush. Like you've been dragged to Nutbush city limits.
The entrance to hell? Sounds interesting.
And then, do they find the bottle first, or does the grandfather come out first?
No, he finds the bottle, and then he's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And then,
he says something about there being just pictures.
Yeah.
On it, no words.
Yeah, it's like, this is a strange letter.
There's no words on it.
There's nothing on it except pictures.
Pictures are better anyway.
And then later, it turns out that it's just a map.
Yeah.
That
he just didn't recognise as a map.
Yeah.
He thought it was a letter of no words.
Ha!
It's from Charlie, from Always Sunny, you know, it's...
Yeah, that's it, you just got to decipher it.
Take it, baby, you know.
It's like hieroglyphics.
Meet at later bar, day or night, sometime.
What do you mean this there?
So he finds the bottle with a note in it. And despite not thinking that there's anything necessarily... Like, I guess he thinks there's something special for the sake of the plot. But to him, he's just found something that he doesn't understand, doesn't know it's a map. And yet he takes it to his grandfather.
He's ostensibly just found some trash
Yeah.
There you go, Grandad.
Look! Grandpa!
It's useless, I think.
Maybe.
Because from his point of view, it's nothing. Like, it's just a fucking bit of paper with some silly pictures on.
Yeah. I found a beach bottle.
Yeah. Ooh.
But he takes it to his grandfather, and his grandfather is like, it's the fucking lost city of Atlantis. And the grandfather, it should be noted, is played by a woman for ostensibly no reason.
Yeah.
You dumb beast, let go! Ow! Get lost! Ow! Dumb beast! Ow! Get off of me!
Well, this is it. This is why I felt like we had to just broach the topic of the voice acting.
Yeah.
Just because, like...
Well, I do have some information about this.
Okay.
But I will, let's rip into it first.
Okay, so this is it. So the boy, our main character, easily sounds like a man in his early 30s.
And looks like Mowgli.
We've shown you how to get to Atlantis, and you won't tell us how to stay underwater?
He looks roughly the same age as
Fake
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Like
Fogely.
12 foliage. And so yeah, Pedro is...
We're just gonna call him Pedro anyway.
We are calling him Pedro because both you and I agreed at work that he was called Pedro, and then started reading this on camera and realised he probably wasn't.
Petros.
Fuck it. So Pedro.
But yeah, so Pedro is this tiny boy. He's half the height of the grandfather, who is balding and has a moustache, and they decided that the boy would be voiced by a man,
Like,
and the old man would be voiced by a lady.
Up ahead. The island. That's the island, just like the one on the map.
You're right! Get ready to put into the shore!
that's not even the worst. They're not even the worst voices in it though. That's the.
They're not. Like they're trying at this point.
Well, that's it. So.
But you know, main characters. You know.
Well, that's it. So in the plot they. So they decide it's a map to Atlantis, and they're gonna go off and find it. And so I can't even remember where the fuck they got the boat from. I think they just had a boat.
They're a coastal town.
Yeah,
That's fine.
whatever.
That's fine. But everyone else is like, there's no such thing as Atlantis.
This plan will lead us to Atlantis!
And you can tell from that these are just silly scribbling.
And the old man's like, I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go out to sea with this young boy.
Yeah. So they go out to sea, and they go to the place on the map where Atlantis is meant to be, and it's on land.
But I'm sure that Atlantis must be somewhere near here.
And then they look around for what on screen is probably 20 seconds. And in terms of the time in the universe of the film, feels like it's probably about half an hour before they start complaining that they haven't found Atlantis yet on land.
Yep. But then they meet some people.
They do.
And I say people very loosely.
Because they're not people.
So what they find
Is a
on
polar
this-
bear and a seal.
Timbo! Hey, Timbo! Come over here! If that there isn't a boat!
What do they want here? There's nothing here except the two of us, of course.
in the middle of some like Greek fucking island.
Yeah.
There's just a polar bear.
You know, like the fucking European tropics, and they're there because they don't like the cold.
Yeah, it was too cold for them
In
their natural habitat.
Look there! Wild animals! Beasts!
so they're there, and it's really helpful that they happen to meet this seal because the grandpa can't swim. Or he like that. Well, no, they can't go underwater for any extended period of time.
You can stay there.
They can't go underwater for any extended period of time.
Exactly. You can't dive, nor can I for that matter.
If I try hard, I can stand underwater for 2 minutes, but I suppose it's not enough.
No way!
It just made us...
I don't know how much you know about Atlantis, right?
That's like, even when we were watching it, it's not one of these ones that, like, you know, it shouldn't be day yet by the time they got there. It was... What the fuck was your plan?
That's so, like... How do you plan to find a sunken city if you can't go under the water?
That's why they were searching on the land for so long.
They're just like, this is all we've got. This is all we've got to go on.
This is as far... And the dog can't swim.
No go. You can't dive with air wings, can you?
So, out of boy, old man, and dog, they're already a third fucked.
2/3 fucked.
Well,
Only
that's
the
it, 'cause-
boy can swim.
Well, no, because then they meet a dolphin, and he's like, I can show you how I can swim for such a long time underwater. And they're like, how? And I'm pretty sure he's like, holding my breath.
I can't remember how, but somehow the dolphin manages to teach the boy the
swim.
secret to breathing underwater,
Like
basically.
a fucking whale.
Yeah. There's bits where he goes down and he's just chatting with all the fish and oh my god, some of the voice acting on like.
There's the turtle.
There's the turtle, yeah.
Who has the doofiest, derpiest voice possible.
How about that now down there? Is that big enough?
It just got me.
He has the doofiest face, the stupidest swimming animation, and I just kind of... The turtle, it might be my favourite part, aside from one...
Yes, this is what we're waiting to get to.
No, we ain't even fucking there yet, because they meet Octopus. Right?
Oh god, yeah, the
And,
weird
like-
creepy octopus.
Yeah. It was a little Peter Lorre.
Atlantis? What's that supposed to be?
But he keeps just like squirting ink at people and just being like, ha ha! Yeah, it's
You
just
know,
like,
it's just
what
like-
was the need? What?
I don't think this is necessarily appropriate. And then there was the two little seahorses.
Yeah, and one of them, I could never work out what they were saying.
And Dad.
It was tough to understand either. But one of them spoke in like 4 words at a time max.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, but like, indecipherable for me. Like, I genuinely didn't have a clue what was being said.
Well, this makes me worry about like Freudian, projection. But it really sounded like the less talky one was something saying about like, and Daddy will like it too, or like something like that.
And Dad didn't either.
Yeah, that one.
And I was like, I don't know if this is what I'm hearing. I don't.
So what is the relationship between these seahorses then?
And Dad.
How do you tie up a seahorse? Reins, I guess, but it's just
Sellotape.
Just like ride me, ride me like a man.
These are the dudes that give birth. There's the interesting seahorse fact there. It's the male seahorses that give birth.
I know when they sneeze, they can zip along at like fucking light speed.
That's great. Surely there's the most efficient form of travel, just sneeze a lot.
Well, it's a sneeze, but it's just them like ejecting
Oh, right, yeah.
whatever out of their snouts or whatever they've got going on.
Whatever, but they're weird creatures.
They are odd creatures, especially in this fucking movie. And then they what?
No, what it is
What
they
happens?
find like a little crack in a wall down there, and there's like a really strong current. So
Yes.
they're like, oh, I want to like go investigate that, but there's a really strong current.
Yeah, and then wasn't there something that would like kill them?
The really strong current. They were like, oh, if it takes us under, then we might not be able to get out.
But haven't they learnt the art of holding their breath? Like
Only for so long. Only for so long.
It
And
only
so,
works.
So what their plan is
It works
is to
8
get
out of 10
is to get
times
some rope
every time.
and tie it around the boy, and then he can go down the thing, and then they can at least like try and pull him out.
Yeah, the seaweed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm remembering this more now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just hold your end of the seaweed in your mouth, and if we're not back in, say, 10 minutes, pull us out.
So they tie a load of seaweed around him, fuck him off down this hole, and then the seaweed instantly breaks because it's fucking seaweed, not rope. I made the logical thing of thinking it was rope, but you reminded me it was seaweed.
Yeah.
Which, of course, it was gonna break.
But, you know, through twists and turns, they bob up in this little pool. Mm-hmm. And then the seal and the fish who came with them can't leave it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't the seal. It was just the dolphin.
Yeah, it was the dolphin and the fish.
Yeah.
Just a random fish as well, who's only been in the film for like 5 minutes, but he gets to go to Atlantis, and the dog up there can just fuck up.
Granddad's waiting around, just kicking the dog.
He's got fuck all else to do. He's on a random island in the middle of nowhere.
I wish I'd brought some pussy. Just like,
that's what he bought the dog for.
It's fine, she's in heat.
We found it, Boba. Wow, this here's Atlantis. Wow.
So, and then standing there are the king of Atlantis.
He's just waiting.
And his 2 daughters, one of whom is like relatively not well drawn, but just, you know, average. Yeah. Like what you kind of expected.
Yeah.
The other one looks like
it literally looks to me like proportion-wise like it was drawn by a 6-year-old.
She was a homunculus. Is the best way to describe it.
Her arms were wider than they were long.
She looked like a wrestling action figure. But like, but not like one of the, like hard plastic, like fucking stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, no, like I remember like one of the old like Hulk Hogan ones.
Yes.
It's like whoa. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, they look like she looked like she'd have made the noise of the crocodiles in Donkey Kong Country. Just
yeah. That's it. She's probably like security.
Cut to. Do we meet any other humans in Atlantis, or is it just them? Is
no,
it like
there's like a wizard.
So, what does he look like?
He's got a beard. He's wearing like red stuff. He looks like Budget Jafar.
Ha! Yeah, him. Oh fuck, yeah. Hey, who was also voiced by a woman. Yeah.
That Pedro should never have found us.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
Two of the most key male characters in this entire. Like, I have no idea what the magician guy did. I think he was meant to be a villain at some point, maybe. But my brain hurt by then.
Oh,
because it was like half an hour in.
Well, not just that. Is around the same time we're introduced to the greatest character in the story.
Yeah, and I don't. That was it. They just have, for no reason, other than like, because what they show them first is not. They don't lead with the robot, do they?
No.
They have robots.
Yeah,
but they had something else.
That's it. There was some sort of like technology. It was like, oh, there's computers and that.
That was it. It was just like a fucking 90s desktop.
That was it. Yeah. Just like man's on that Windows 95, just like. Just go install some Ski Free.
Yeah. Get the Yeti out. You know, have a real good time.
I love Ski Free.
No, Ski Free was great.
Was that 95 or was that 98?
Let's keep on topic.
Sorry. I very easily get distracted by Ski Free conversations.
No, I know.
But yeah, so. Man. I love the eating animation. That's it. Ski Free has better animation.
It did. Like you could, you know the jumps in Ski Free. Yeah. You felt like you were jumping.
No, I mean like when the Yeti eats him, there's at least 4 frames in there.
There are. Magical.
That's it. So yeah, robots.
So yeah, they have robots, and it's the weirdest. It's the weirdest approach to a robot voice and
just
design.
just everything.
And it sounds like there's a lot of people who hopefully won't get this reference, but because you're just too young.
Yeah.
That's how he likes him. It's Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, he sounds like techno Jimmy Savile.
You hear, Yana? He cooks himself, but you think I have to do everything for you. Maybe it's not so bad after all up there on the earth.
I am a robot. Going downstairs to see it.
That's it, they just seem to think that to be a robot, you just talk like this, really staccato, and say words well quicker than that, like.
It should mean danger for me too, but that doesn't interest you at all. I am worth nothing. All I am to you is a lump of tin.
So that was fucking weird enough, and me and you were laughing at it anyway, because
immediately when you said Savilbot, I was gone. Like,
but then there was
he wearing a baseball cap?
I think he was. Hey, fellow kids. Now then, fellow kids, what is hanging?
Not just that, is like, the animation for everyone is bad.
The robot
walking
is special.
Because he doesn't have knees.
Yeah, he's a kneeless bot. And
so he moves by being like completely still apart from his arms just going. And he just shuffles forward, but he can go at some fucking speed.
Oh no, he was rocketing around. And but there was. Do you remember the weird little moment where it got all quiet, and he was just like, "Robot is alone, is lonely," and that, or like whatever the fuck he says.
Why is no one interested in me? They all act as if I was some soulless tin can.
Man, you were just like, we broke in that moment. Like, there's a good like couple of minutes of the film where I don't think I could tell anyone what happened.
No, it was just them being in Atlantis, and then the Atlantis people being like,
and they were like, "Okay, we want to go home now," and they were like, "Oh no, you can't leave."
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, go on,"
and they were like, "All right."
That was it. There was no like conflict. There's no conflict.
And then they happen to have like a spaceship.
Yeah, a water spaceship.
like a little swimming saucer, I guess. And so they're able to get past the very strong current that took seaweed and that to do. And but when they're boarding this spaceship, there's an amazing moment where the dolphin jumps out of the pool and walks.
Carrying the fish in
using
its flippers.
its like bottom tail flippers. The bottom tail fin to like as feet.
So it's like, why couldn't you have done that any time sooner?
I guess he was keeping the fish company, but you're in Atlantis.
Yeah.
There's not many opportunities to do this.
That's it, like, go have a walk about, go explore.
Could have met a robot. Might have not wanted to, but. And then. So they escape.
Yeah.
And then they go home. And then they ditch the fucking craft somewhere because.
Well, no,
the Atlanteans were like. That was
the craft
conflict.
would only go up so much.
Was that?
And then they had to get out of the craft and swim the rest.
Would it explode if it hit air?
No, I guess the Atlanteans just would have been a bit annoyed at them.
I suppose, because that was the source of conflict, if there was any, was that the Atlanteans didn't want anyone to know they were there.
You know that we don't want any Earthlings down here. But why don't you want us humans to know about you? I mean, there's so much we could learn from you.
And they could learn from you too. How to cook, for example. Then I could have more free time.
And so they didn't know whether they should let them leave or not. But then they were like, "Oh, please." And they were like, "Alright."
I won't tell anyone, honest.
I trust him. Yeah. Okay.
Get the spacecraft for the sea.
Very well. What do you think? Should we let him go?
I think we can risk it.
And yeah, and then they go back to the granddad, and there's the music implies that the lines had more meaning to them.
Atlantis? No, I'm afraid there is no Atlantis.
No?
The very little uses of music and any cinematography there are.
Oh, the music was like, oh wow, oh wow. That was some fucking being on hold in the 90s music.
Oh, it was amazing. Have you ever seen James Gunn's G-rated porn or whatever the fuck it is?
No.
It's a great little series. It's just porn setups with like non-porn conclusions.
This is great.
I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's by James Gunn. And but if that had been made in like the late 80s, that would have been the soundtrack for it. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
I hate everything about it. Watching it, it just... As someone who went to film school and failed, it baffles my mind as to how people got away with this.
Oh god, yeah.
Right down, like, making the film whenever it was made, but right down to this. Releasing it on the PS2 with a bunch of mini-games. Mini-games we have not played.
Yeah.
By the way, this is because they are nothing. Like, there's a card matching game. There's a jigsaw puzzle. There's a slide puzzle, and there's a cartoon and a colouring book.
Yeah, it looks genuine.
And but on the front of the box they are, and even maybe on the back of the box, they're given like equal, like billing.
Yeah.
There's. They're trying to push this as a multimedia experience.
Oh, you get a film, you get to do so many puzzles, and so we're just bollocks.
That clever than what? Why, just the other day.
Last night I did some research on this, and the film is made by a company called Dingo Pictures. I think their name is. Possibly Dingo Films. And they're effectively just a European animated asylum.
Okay.
They just make shitty films, and it seems that they often try and tie them in with some kind of either current or historic like kids films.
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of like the Disney.
That's it. Like,
rip-off ones.
We own a few others.
We do own a few others, and I know that we're gonna be fucking dipping back to this well.
Oh
again.
god, yeah, because this is easy.
Well, because I saw some of the screenshots, and it looks like they reuse like character models.
But this was it. This is I said this when we were watching it. I was
the dog.
Yeah.
The dog we've seen is somewhere else, and I can't for the life of me think where.
I'm sure it's the jungle one. The sports one. Where they're playing football or something? I'm sure there's one where they're playing football in the jungle. Because every time I see it, it reminds me of the joke I know. No, just every time it reminds me of the joke I know.
I mean, they're playing football in the jungle in that, but that's a good, well, yeah, fuck it, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but maybe that's what they're trying to riff on that one then.
Possibly. But, so, if that's true, then this presumably means, I mean, maybe
Atlantis.
Atlantis is waiting.
Well, let's see. The date on here. There is a 1997 date.
The logic would be that they're ripping off Disney's Atlantis.
What year did that come out?
Oh, 1, 3.
If it's 03, then that makes sense because this 2004.
Maybe that it was animated somewhere else in 97. But even that doesn't make sense because, like, it just made me think about like how in that Atlantis movie, like the goodish one, he goes to the bottom of the sea, he finds Atlantis, and they have futuristic technology.
Yep.
And the equivalency of that in this film is a 95 desktop and Savilbot 5000. That is what the future is bringing, kids. This is why we need to fear the singularity. Because
not only are robots going to take over, they're probably going to touch you too.
Well, that's it. I don't want all people preserved and their personalities and who they are, like like fucking Transcendence or whatever the fuck that movie was. I don't want Jimmy Savile to be able to download his consciousness into a machine. You'll find the kiddie porn
now
stash.
You cannot stop me. I am powerful now.
You're going to regret this.
May I show him everything?
You should have run while you had the chance.
Fucking Savilbot.
Oh god. So lonely.
What the hell is it? Oh.
Why am I so alone? Yeah, he just went fucking Marvin the so I call him Marvin the Martian, but he's just Marvin the android?
Yeah.
Yeah. This film just broke us. Like, I've been trying to figure it out for a couple of days.
So we've had like a day or two to like ruminate on it and try and cope. There's genuine moments where both me and you were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? No. What?
Like,
it stops your brain working. You can't process everything that's going on because you're too caught up on what happened a second ago.
And beyond that, there's just so many instances where like lines will cut off halfway through.
That's it, and lines would interrupt other lines,
but like not in a cohesive or like trying to do something with it way. Just bad movie. There would be characters' lips moving while other people were still talking.
Actually, he looks rather nice.
So do you.
Well, this is I kind of get the impression that it was originally recorded for a different language.
Well, this is what I was saying about the dub maybe having taken place later, but
yeah,
it baffles me. I do need to look up now. Do you have your phone on you? I have my phone on me. Yeah, I want to look up what year the original, or like the Disney film Atlantis came out.
Hello, Pedro. You're improving every day. Our mom says you can dive almost as well as a dolphin.
But yeah, so Dingo Productions, like, there's some tropage to them, and the head bubble, the head bubble random laughter is apparently one of them.
Oh,
which is terrifying because that is not a trick of dubs. That is present in every film.
Well, so that's just how people laugh, apparently.
And but yeah,
they look like they're having a fit.
But I found out something about the voice acting.
Is it the same people every time?
I don't know if it's the same people every time, but I know that for most productions they would have 2 actors. One male and one female.
Okay, that explains a little bit more.
It explains a little bit more, but just not why.
Yeah, no, it's just
like, surely was it the people who just happened to be in the production office and had bought the rights to it?
Do you think what I think?
I also think what you're thinking.
Even if it came out in, like, fucking the 90s, like, originally, that's a fucking shocking animation, like...
2001 was Atlantis. I just don't understand.
No.
Like, why? Why would you do this?
And I always had a cold, sneezing all the time, like this. Achoo!
I mean, we know the reason why, we're just making some papes. But... how?
Like, how do you go into work every day?
I think I know why this was on the PS2 rather than as a DVD. I think even back in the day, what was sort of average DVD retail price? Like a tenner? Like 10, 15?
20 back in the day.
Either way, games 30 to 40.
This is a Sony officially licensed product. Says it right there on the stamp.
So it's just awful. This is the thing though, is that like, you've got to pay for that. You've got to pay for Sony licensing. Like, when you make something on a console, you've got to pay to get it like authorized by the people that manufacture the console.
Well, that's it. Even in 2004, like it's not like it's fucking Steam. It's not like it's.
Saying that, like, the PS2 did have a big library, so maybe Sony were just a bit like trigger happy on that. Yeah, whatever, you've paid us, do your thing. But
I suppose, but at the same time, like, even if Sony were being a little fucking cut and dry, and they probably fucking were, money still had to be behind it.
That's what I'm saying. Who funded this?
We need to know. We need an address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some bank details so they can like transfer us
some hush money.
Yeah. That's how we're gonna do up the studio.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have like our faces muraled on the wall.
I'm Willie, by the way.
Yeah. Why did you happen? And this is not an isolated incident either.
Well, this is it. Like,
this was someone's fucking business practice.
So my point is that it must have been profitable. Profitable enough for them to do it multiple times. And this is the thing, is they weren't just doing it on the PS2. Because we've got one on the PS1. They've been doing this for a while.
Well, that's it. Like, let me pull up the picture or the list even of Dingo Pictures productions. But
they were going to be games?
I kind of understand. Like, the one thing I really like get confused with is just fucking the money part. Yeah. Because I understand why this stuff exists, because this stuff is easy to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, we watched it. It doesn't take a lot to do that. Like, the animation...
Give me Flash in like an hour and a half and I'll give you something.
Okay, they're German. But I have no idea who did the... yeah, no idea at all who did the fucking dub or release them later on. But so their works include Aladdin, Anastasia, Animal Soccer World.
That's the football. See, I'm not crazy.
Actually takes inspiration from several Disney movies. Atlantis / Legend of Atlantis, which I guess is probably also Empire of Atlantis.
Oh yeah, That's not
Well, that's
the
the
name
other
of
thing.
it.
They never had a title
Yeah.
screen. It just awkwardly opened on the dog on the beach.
Yep. Was there a credits?
No.
Cool.
No, it just cut back to the game menu.
Is it like that's how invested everyone was in this project?
I'm gonna skip ones that don't have such obvious knockoff.
What if they've got great names though?
Well, there's Orisa, the Little Witch, and Balto. But Countryside Bears / Winky the Little Bear.
Oh, Winky!
Winky the Little Bear.
See, when I want to name a bear, that's what I go for. Winky.
So there was In Search of the Dalmatians. There was also The Dalmatians. There was also Dalmatians 2, which was a remake of the Dalmatians. There was also Dalmatians 3.
Was that a remake of Dalmatians 2?
No, it was a PS2 port of Dalmatians 2. And then there was Dalmatians...
Dalmatians 3 was a port of Dalmatians 2.
According to Tropes.
Okay.
TVtropes.org, if you want this. And then there was Dalmatians 4, which was a Wii port of the PS2 port.
They're on the Wii?
Apparently. But then we don't know where these got released.
Right, but I want to see if I can find it.
There's Detective Mouse,
Okay, yep.
Dinosaur Adventure, Goldie, Hercules, Janice the Little Piglet, Land of Toys / The Toys Room.
Oh.
What could that be?
Oh, I wonder.
Lion and the King.
That's the one we have on the PS1.
Lords of the Jungle, Moses Prince of Egypt,
Oh, no.
Notre Dame / Hunchback of Notre Dame, Nice Cats / Lucy and Lionel, which I don't know what it's meant to be a parody of, but the name just reminds me of fucking Peanuts.
Was it Nice Cats?
Nice Cats, yeah.
Oh, I want to watch that one.
Pocahontas, Sword of Camelot,
Oh.
and Waboo, the cheeky raccoon.
This is definitely going to have to be a future topic then.
Oh no, we are dipping into, and that's not all of them.
Yeah, that's just the best.
That's just their works include this. It's so bad.
Well, that's it, like, as much as we joke and try to, like, chip away at exactly what's wrong with this.
Or like discover why.
But the answer to what's wrong with it is pretty much just everything. When you try to think of an animated film, there's a few disparate elements, and I can't think of any of them that were competently done.
Well, that's it. At some point, you do have to wonder, because it's not like Dark Place, and it's not like there's such little cohesion. There's no drive to the plot.
No.
Because like good bad movies, like they're not just ambling messes, and that's what this is.
Well, that's it.
Like it doesn't really go anywhere. It goes places because that's what the title of the film is, but it doesn't really have any reasons for it. I mean, the entire
no conflict.
The entire purpose behind it, anyway, like until one little throwaway line at the end where one of the girls down in Atlantis reveals that she was the one who sent the bottle out because... Oh yeah, she was the one who sent the bottle.
It must have been someone.
It was me.
Jana, you. But why in the name of the devil? You know that we don't want any earthlings down here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was that forgettable.
It was one little throwaway line, pretty much. And she was just like, "Oh, I'm lonely," and that.
So lonely.
Yeah, I know. But I was so curious. I wanted to know whether they are really so bad. And actually, he looks rather nice.
But before that, it's such a fucking Deus Ex Machina like thing because it doesn't really drive the plot.
That's it. It's not like they had to go to Atlantis to then do something and like help her out or anything like that.
No, like
They just went like.
there's not even like a. I've been watching Python recently, and John Cleese's character in Holy Grail, when he goes up to save Michael Palin. No, sorry, Terry Jones's character from the tower and kills all the people at the wedding. Like, even that's a motive.
Yeah.
Even that is something. Like, you know, because that is pretty much the same setup. You know. The arrow arrives with the fucking message on it.
Yeah.
But there's motivation behind it. It's not just a fucking map.
That's it. Like, even if it just had the words like "please come" or something like that, like it.
Yeah. Anything.
That's it. Anything to motivate them beyond just like.
Oh, I've heard of Atlantis.
You mean a city at the bottom of the sea?
People have been searching for it for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And like,
So
when
me,
did it
this
sink?
small boy and a dog, are the perfect team to go and find it.
See you later.
There's no like logic to the characters' motives or anything like that.
No, I mean, the people who I understand most is the fucking bear and the seal.
Yeah. So we're just like, that's fucking cold, like.
Also, who was it who had the fucking was it the seal who had the creepiest fucking swimming animation? Where it just had that like creepy smile the whole time?
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
It was
It's just a lot.
there was so much to unpack with this film.
That's it. And this is the worst thing is I know I'm probably gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Well, I think it'll be easier. I think concentrating too hard on just this, wherever it went, just on this, is probably is detrimental to our cause. Like, I think to really understand this, we have to start sampling the others.
Yeah.
Because as baffling as the actual plot is, it's just lazy.
Yeah.
It's just fucking Deus Ex Machina, it's just fucking all this shit.
That's it. Someone needs a paycheck.
But I think if we look at more of these, I think we'll probably start to notice trends.
That's it. We'll find some commonality, and then we can.
Then we can really get to grips with it. So I'm gonna die by the time I'm 45.
Oh my goodness, wow!
It's just too much.
Yeah.
So with that, yeah. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Probably something easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Maybe something we like.
Maybe because this is it's not gonna always be negative.
Well, this didn't have to be negative.
No.
It just was. Someone could have released a good movie on the PS2. But no one did.
They did. It's called Metal Gear Solid 2.
But yeah. What's that sound?
Oh god.
Oh no!
Thunderbolts, I have come for your children. Now then, I have come for all the kiddies. We need a little bit more. Yeah. Give it to Daddy Jim. Jim has